and welcome to the Worn Mat. My name is Shayna. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to learn about the Swan dive. It is a transition that you're going to do in probably any yoga class that you go to that has any kind of flow to it. You're going to do at least one Swan dive, generally in the sun salutations flow. I'll do a whole other video on the full sun salutations, but this is just a video on that one little aspect, that one transition of the Swan dive. So you're going to start generally in standing in Tadasana mountain pose. Your palms are open to the front of the room, your shoulders are back and down, you're standing up nice and tall, and you've got your tailbone tucked in. So you're starting here. If you're just beginning and you don't have a lot of flexibility through the hamstrings, I'd like for you to have your feet about hip distance apart. That's really going to help you when you float forward and down into a standing forward fold. If you are a little bit more advanced, you've got your feet together. So by that I mean your toes are touching, your heels are separated just a little bit. So you're starting here, and there's a number of different arm variations, and that's what I'm going to go through the focus on in this video. So usually you're going to inhale and reach your arms up, and then from here teachers will say different things. So the typical Swan dive, you've got your arms out, and you're coming down into your forward fold, nice and slow. What you really want to focus on is as you're coming down that you're engaging your core and that your spine is straight. So there's a lot of different ways that you can move your arms or have your arms planted that will make sure that that's what's happening, because you don't want to just be sort of falling into the forward fold. You want to use as much of your yoga class to tone your body as possible. Take every moment to help you tone and develop strength and develop flexibility. So this is one of those moments that you can go a little bit further. If you've got your core engaged, if you have a straight spine, you're using your core to bring you all the way down, and you're not relaxing until right at that last moment. So there are three generally different options for your arms. You inhale, you reach your arms up. If you're a beginner, I'd say the best one is to have your hands come together and bring the hands down so that the thumbs are just about in line with your eyes or with your nose. From here, it's going to be a lot easier for you to stand up really straight, to engage your core, and to slowly come down. And if you're really just starting out, then as you start to bend over, bend through the knees and keep your knees bent, bending them as much as you need to keep your spine long and straight as you flow down. When your fingertips finally come down to the floor, you can stay here with bent knees, or if you have a little bit more room, then you can start to straighten the legs out. So that's option number one. Option number two is the typical Swan dive. So you inhale, you reach your arms up, you look up, and as you exhale, your arms come down to about shoulder height, your palms are facing forward, and you're trying to reach the backs of your hands towards the back of the room, bringing your shoulder blades together. From here, you hinge at the hips. Again, strong core, long spine. You're not looking up and squeezing the back of your neck. Your head isn't dropped down with your chin to your chest. Your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. So everything through the whole upper body is working the whole way down. And when you come into your fold, you can finally again relax, fingertips to the floor. The last variation is the most challenging variation. And for that one, you inhale, arms up, and you keep your arms here. So to begin with, a lot of people can't even get their arms up alongside of their ears. So don't try to go through this variation if you're still having trouble, if your arms are still over here, or if they're kind of out to the side, depending, especially if you have a lot of muscle mass through your chest and through your arms, that can be a challenge for you. So just go into another variation. Arms open is great because it'll help you to create more flexibility through the front of your chest. So if your arms are up, they're staying alongside the ears, you're reaching your fingertips up, your fingers are nice and spread, and again you start to hinge at the hips. The core is engaged. Your neck stays long, your fingertips are reaching, and finally coming down and relaxing on to the floor and coming into your standing forward fold. So that's it, that's the swan dive. I hope that that was helpful for you. I do like to really tell my students, you know, no matter what it is that a teacher says, so if they say swan dive, if they say exhale, open your arms up and come down, you don't have to do that, you know, that's their cue for the majority of the students that can go there. If you're still a little bit of a beginner, you know, what you really want to do is build up the strength so that you can come into the swan dive. So don't feel bad about bringing your hands to prayer and coming down like this, because you will achieve the swan dive a lot faster. And if you're more advanced, again, there's nothing to be ashamed of there either. So, you know, if everyone else is coming arms out to the side, you've been practicing forever, and this seems really, really easy for you, try keeping your arms up alongside the ears. It's really going to work your core a lot more and help you develop a lot more strength in the core and also through the back. Thank you for joining me on the Warren mat. My name is Shayna. I hope to see you again soon.